Hello, it's time for more bedtime stories. I am just picking up again where I left off in the last video. Jody Clark, 44, La Quinta, California. Although there is certainly a learning curve when it comes to transitioning from a typical American diet to one that is high in raw foods, I found the education and community support invaluable as I participated in the raw food cleanse. Within just a couple of weeks, eating this new way became easier, and I could actually feel the difference. I no longer crave junk food or sweets, and my taste for animal protein has diminished almost entirely. I look forward to my meals, and I see them as a true source of life and energy for my body. I'm thrilled to have lost 14 pounds during the experiment, but I am even more encouraged that my gallbladder symptoms are completely gone. My chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia pains have decreased, and my mental clarity has improved dramatically. All previous symptoms of PMS, cramps, bloating, breast tenderness, extreme fatigue, and nausea are all gone. I view this as only the beginning of my newfound life. Eating this way will certainly be a lifestyle choice from now on. Wendy Agee, 34, Mentor, Ohio. Even though Wendy had already embraced a raw foods lifestyle before joining our research group, she made a more intense commitment during the 11-week experiment. She upped her daily intake from about 75% raw to 90%, and she added regular walking and biking to her routine. Wendy was able to get below 200 pounds for the first time in years, losing 15 pounds and 12 inches. Being a raw foodist is just who Wendy is at this point. There's no turning back for her now. Amy Bittinger, 30, Seattle, Washington. Since I started the raw food cleanse, people say that I look better and I look less tired. And I agree. Even though I was eating raw before the cleanse, I tried some new approaches like juice feasting. I was really intimidated by the idea, but upon hearing other people's stories and having Penny's support, I decided to embark on the 5-day recommended juice feast. It was not easy for me. I've given up many foods in my life, and it's never been easy, but giving up all food for even a short while was really a hard concept for me. Within a short time, I began to realize my emotional attachment to food. Since I've had food allergies and restrictions for over 10 years now, I've always been worried if I didn't eat enough, I might starve. Through juicing, I realized I can survive with less and learn to appreciate what I do have. After my juice feast, people commented on my skin being smoother and softer and my eyes being clearer. The number one best change that I implemented during the 11 weeks was drinking 32 ounces of water first thing every morning. It helped me so much, and I plan to keep this as a habit for life. I gained lots of information and skills that I will continue to use, and I will continue to eat a mostly raw diet. It seems like the perfect way to maintain weight and to be healthier overall. Anita Rep, 63, Tulsa, Oklahoma. I doubled my raw food percentage during the raw food cleanse experiment. I noticed that eating this way brought an enormous amount of mental clarity after I got my system cleansed from sugar and processed foods. I plan to continue to eat a higher, healthier level of raw foods, eliminating the foods that I know don't encourage health or add longevity to my life. T, 47, Moorhead, Minnesota. Before I started eating a raw foods diet, I had a multitude of ailments. Nothing specifically life-threatening, but I had IBS, acne, dry skin, allergies, migraines, PMS, borderline OCD, an ulcer since I was 13, arthritis, carpal tunnel syndrome, and probably more things that I'm forgetting now because they're all gone. Since changing my diet, I have not had to take medications for anything. As long as I stay raw, the PMS and the allergies are kept at bay. My ulcer medication has begun to collect much dust. I sleep more soundly and I wake more rested, even on less sleep. Acne and dry skin patches only start to reappear if I start to return to my old patterns of eating. Being 47, I was starting to see that gross granny skin on my feet, elbows, and knees. You know the chicken skin that I'm referring to? That cracks me up. I do know what you're talking about, unfortunately. All of that is gone, and without having to slather on lotions or creams. I've also lost my jaw jowls and my gobbler neck. That comes along with aging. My outlook on life is more positive, and I react more positively even if something is happening negatively around me. Amen. Over time, I know that eating a raw foods diet will help me live a long, healthy, and productive life without all of the ailments that I had while eating a standard American diet. If you think eating a raw diet is time-consuming, inconvenient, or too tedious, I would like for you to compare, that little bit of additional effort to that of having a cancer diagnosis, being on lifelong medications, or even death from the result of some other degenerative condition. Personally, I'd rather spend a day or two each month preparing delicious raw tortilla chips, drying fruit, or in other food preparations than to spend weeks, months, or years in a hospital bed unable to do anything but wait to die. Wow. I guess I don't need to tell you that I plan to make this a long-term lifestyle. Eating raw, along with body movement and meditation, is the way for me, and there is no turning back. I've already cleared out my kitchen cupboards, and I've replaced everything. This is a lifetime commitment, and I love it. Great. Sarah Chimolo, 35, Jinx, Oklahoma. As a mother of two and a teacher, I know the importance of eating raw foods for health. After the birth of my second child, I noticed that the last 15 pounds of pregnancy weight was not coming off as easy as the first 8 years ago. So I started researching healthier food habits and came across the raw food lifestyle via Penny's blog from my sister-in-law. I decided to try the raw food cleanse as a way to get my eating under control and to rethink how and what I was eating. I did the 3-day cleanse to begin with and experienced some of the detox symptoms. I had chills, I had a little bit more acne than usual, and a runny nose. Those symptoms subsided as I continued eating raw after the 3-day cleanse. For one week during the experiment, I really focused on totally raw, and I exercised, and within that 1 week, I lost 6 pounds. That was a dress size for me. I noticed that my post-baby clothes from a year ago are getting loose on me. I've gone from about 25% raw to 60 to 70% raw during the last 11 weeks. And what I've learned through this process is be prepared. If you're a parent, you'll need to plan your meals and how you can best incorporate your foods with the family meals. Be kind to yourself. Some days all I could do is eat fruit and veggies as snacks, but then again, refer to the previous bullet point. Smoothies are an easy alternative when you're on the go and great as a meal replacement for both breakfast and lunch. Green smoothies are so great for your digestion. A simple combination of spinach, cucumber, and apples have so many good nutrients for you. When I eat more raw foods, my body just feels better on less food. Participating in the raw food cleanse has made me look more closely at the food I give my family. It has prompted research and many books about the business of the food industry and how eating raw, unprocessed foods really is the best for my family. My goals in the future are to continue adding more fruits and veggies to my family's diet, curb the snacking that comes from the teacher's lounge, and encourage others to eat real food. Love it. More later.